The road to Wembley began at the RM Stadium on Saturday. I went to watch Hucknall Town against Bottesford Town in the extra preliminary round of the FA Cup, and I wasn't disappointed. I went to Hucknall Town's old ground, Hucknall Road, a few times. I even played there, but the RM Stadium was a new one for me, as they only moved there in December 2022. The staff at the club shop seemed very proud of their new ground. They informed me that Nigel Clough had opened it and that Brian Clough had opened Hucknall Road back in the 70s, and they should be proud of it. It's a lovely ground with a friendly, welcoming vibe. Everyone I spoke to seemed really positive and excited for the game, despite the club's less than favourable results on the pitch. Hucknall came into this one off the back of a 1-0 loss at Sleaford and a 5-2 home defeat to Belper United in the league, while Bottesford Town lost their league opener 3-0 at Tadcaster Albion. After a good wander around the pitch, I sat myself down amongst the Hucknall supporters in the main stand, with a decent crowd starting to gather. Hucknall Town are in yellow, while Bottesford Town are in green. As the referee gets them underway, the 2024-25 FA Cup Road to Wembley starts right here. The footage I got from this game is very random. Typically nothing seemed to happen while I had my camera out, but the moment I put it away, that's when the game started to liven up. Hucknall Town started livelier, but it only took a couple of minutes for Bottesford to get a hold of the game, and they looked dangerous every time they got hold of the ball. I commented to my wife that Hucknall were very slow in following up the loose ball, and within seconds of that comment, the Hucknall keeper made a decent save, only for the Bottesford attack to react quickest, and it was 1-0 to the visitors after around 6 minutes. The home side didn't let their heads go down. The game had been fairly even and end-to-end until midway through the first half, when the homekeeper misplaced a pass right to the feet of Bottesford's tricky winger with the goal wide open. The keeper then somehow recovered, and his resulting long ball set up Hucknall's equaliser. I've got no idea how he got away with that, and I really wish I'd caught that on film because it was brilliant. The remainder of the first half was evenly matched with chances and decent saves at both ends. Around 5 minutes before the end of the first half, the visitors won a corner, which was hit dangerously into the 6-yard box. Hucknall's keeper, who'd probably been man of the match up to this point, didn't get great distance on his punch, and Bottesford once again followed up to take the lead. I think there was a case for obstruction on the keeper during the follow-up, but the referee was having none of it. So at half-time, Hucknall Town 1, Bottesford Town 2. The second half started at a frantic pace, with the home side going all out for the equaliser. And what an equaliser it was. 10 minutes into the second half, a corner played out to the edge of the box found Mason Moore, who curled in a Yamal-esque strike for 2-2. I've borrowed these images from Hucknall Town's website so you get the idea. What a goal that was. The teams were level at 2-2 for a mere 5 minutes when, well, I'll show you. I actually caught this one on film. So that made it 3-2 to the visitors, and an entertaining game with half an hour still to play. From that point on, the game seemed to get a bit scrappy, yet still entertaining. There were chances at both ends, but Bottesford looked to adapt a much more counter-attacking strategy, and Hucknall just couldn't find a way through, despite the number of chances they had at the end. Float this one in.
Oh my god, so fucking close.
Yeah. The game finished Hucknall Town 2, Bottesford Town 3, with an attendance of 269. Yeah. Man of the match for me, despite a couple of shaky clearances, would be Hucknall keeper Alfie Smith-Eccles, who pulled off some decent saves and didn't let his errors get to him. That was a really good cup tie. I definitely got my money's worth. It was very entertaining with two sides going for it. I think the result was fair. Bottesford Town were marginally the better side, certainly more clinical in front of goal. So I'll be adopting them now until they go out. Winterton Rangers beat Shepshed Dynamo 3-0, so I'll be attending Bottesford Town against Winterton Rangers in the preliminary round on August the 17th. So Hucknall Town exit the FA Cup, but as they're only 20 minutes down the road from me, I'll be going back to the RM Stadium at some point. If you're a ground hopper or live nearby, I'd strongly recommend a visit to this club. It's really welcoming and run by an enthusiastic group of people who clearly care a lot about the club. I think there's a lot of potential in this team. Maybe there's a lack of confidence among them at the moment, but I hope their fortunes turn around over the coming weeks. It's going out. If you're interested in following my FA Cup journey, please consider subscribing to my channel. I'll be putting up a preview of the preliminary round tie a couple of days before I go, and as always, I'll be documenting the entire journey right here. So I'll see you at the Barrett Steel Stadium in a couple of weeks.